In a world where
they're eating the dogs.
In a world where Joe Rogan and John Oliver are hailed as intellectual icons. In a world where Hollywood makes the same shitty movies over and over and over again. From that world comes a team.
Wait, are you talking about me?
In the lineage of iconic teams like The Rock and Mankind.
Okay, well, that's not a terrible team to be part of, I guess.
Like Lennon and McCartney.
Okay, that's probably slightly even better. I could get behind that.
Like Sherlock and Watson, or Batman and Robin.
Okay, but one of those people in that dyad is really bad at what they do.
Like Steven Tyler of Aerosmith and the guitar guy from Aerosmith.
Hey, wait a second. Don't want to be the guitar guy.
Like Michael Jordan and, whoever else was on the Bulls.
I'm Pippen. I'm Scottie fucking Pippen.
Comes a partnership to save you from the shitty entertainment you are forced to consume like so many Slim Jims. It's Connect the Coast Radio and a guy with an LED background, a microphone, and too much free time on his hand wearing emo band shirts like it's the 2005 Warped Tour.
Hey, wait a minute. That's me you're talking about.
This winter, if you watch one podcast, make sure to watch Connect the Conversations.
That's not the name of the podcast, you asshole.
Fine. It's Honest Conversations with Mr. Carter, now syndicated on the Connect the Coast network.
Thanks. See, is it that much to ask for you to be professional for like 10 seconds?
Coming soon.
You motherfucker. Everyone, my name is Graham Carter. I am aka Mr. Carter, and tonight we have a very special guest. So, give you guys a little background here. It's been about 2 years since I've done a podcast at all. Main reason was sort of the end of COVID. We were done being locked inside, and we all said, all right, let's go out and do things. Reality, though, is that I ended up really missing podcasting, and I had someone on my show who I had kept talking to. I don't think our conversation ever really stopped. And recently, we started talking more and more, and I realized that I just really wanted to put on a podcast, and he was so encouraging that I felt like it would only be right to have him as our first guest. So, ladies and gentlemen, a man who needs no introduction, but I'll give him one anyway. He is Lord Sanctus, God of the Coast, the host of CTC Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lord Sanctus.
Hey, I like that intro, man. I appreciate you. How you doing?
I'm good. It's 104 degrees in the Bay right now.
Sheesh.
Every second of the day. So
man, it's I'm gonna rub it in a little bit. It's beautiful right now. It's
rude.
Beautiful.
Rude at all. So one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on the pod was honestly, you and I have been having this sort of elongated conversation. So there's something called the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is a psychological principle that says if I have a little bit of knowledge about a subject, I will overestimate my ability to either execute on that subject or, really the ability to explain to others or help extrapolate positive outcomes out of a subject. So, super funny story. The way this was discovered, there was a man who had found out that you could use lemon juice as invisible ink on a piece of paper. He then covered his face in lemon juice and robbed a bank. And when he was caught, he said, I don't know how you guys could have seen me. I had lemon juice all over my face. And it sort of has been things in the back of my mind. I mean, obviously, there's all the political aspects of our lives going on right now, which are just insane, and people commenting on things that maybe they shouldn't. But it really kind of came to the head with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. You and I started talking about all the ways that people were making really uninformed statements about it. And then I'll kind of let you take the story from here. So Kendrick Lamar and Drake start beefing. Take it from there. What happens next?
In the world or on the coast?
On the coast, specifically.
Okay. Yeah. So from my perspective, the beef pops off, and I immediately Well, actually, let me back it up. First of all, thank you for having me, man. This is dope. I like this whole setup. I feel like I look cute. You know what I'm saying? I like your lighting setup as well. Um, uh, but yeah, the beef pops off immediately. Like I'm just kind of doing a case study on humanity in general, just kind of like observing behavior and noticing how tribal we're becoming and how everything gets kind of politicized. And I just knew that this would be mimicked in smaller markets in the worst kind of ways. I had no idea what that would look like, but I remember 30 days before everything on the coast popped off, I posted on my story and said, I wonder who will be the first from the coast to mimic the Kendrick and Drake beef. And lo and behold, uh, art imitated life, or life imitated art, actually, rather. And straight licks, no chase of me here. What's good? Um, we started talking about the beef on CTC radio, and FG Thriller, an artist from Lompoc, California, who makes music that I enjoy, or enjoyed at one time. He took a side. He was more of a fan of Kendrick than Drake. And I just personally have always liked Drake's music. I like Kendrick's music as well. I'm just not a Kendrick stan. Like Kendrick songs that I think are great, I like. But overall, I just like Drake's music better. It sounds better to my ear. And so I was just kind of expressing that, like, there was a lot of weird hypocrisies that were coming out from the battle, like from the fans. And this whole battle really made me realize that, like, my issue was never really with Kendrick, and it was always with his fans. And that's what I kind of really, that's I feel that it sucks that that made me kind of not listen to Kendrick. But I realized that throughout all of this. But um he I just was saying, like, we shouldn't moralize or like identify, we shouldn't use this battle to like identify ourselves in any way, or like moralize, like, or connect it to our morals or ethics, because it can get tricky when you do that. Right? Like if you grandstand and you virtue signal, and then your closet is dirty, and the dirt starts, piling out of the closet. Like, it's it's never fun. It's never fun. And so that was my only kind of concern, and that's all I really said in a nutshell. um FG took that however he took that. I can't speak to how he interpreted it. I didn't understand it myself, honestly, but he took offense to it for some reason, and just started tagging me in hundreds of posts for like the next week. Hundreds of posts every day, all day. I never responded until one post where it felt a little like he was attacking my character. And so I was like, I'm not gonna like go back and forth with you on social media. I'm just gonna reply on my show on CTC Radio, because that's my platform. So I replied on the show. I invited him on beforehand, told him what time I would be on. um and he wasn't able to make it for whatever reason, but I still did my show as I always do, and I was just going to reply to it anyway. So I read through the post, I said my replies, and he still took offense to the fact that I spoke about it without him being there, which is a thing in I don't know if it's a hip hop thing or if it's like a manosphere thing. I think it's more of a manosphere thing. But there's a thing about people where people say, like, a real man doesn't talk about another man if he's not present. And I'm like, yo, then how are conversations being had? Like, that just doesn't make any sense. I don't agree. I personally don't agree with that. So but I didn't say anything, incendiary about him at all. I wasn't talking shit about him at all. I just replied to the parts that I didn't agree with. But he saw the next day, turned up even more, continued tagging me. And he saw, the banter that we have in the chat. You know firsthand
I
how
have no idea what you're talking about. I've never been in your chat. I don't know what you mean. That's
you know
crazy.
you know firsthand how the chat can get, and it gets a little spicy in there. But I think even for how spicy it gets, that was a mellow time. I don't think anybody said anything outlandish or anything that wasn't true, but he took offense to more so what Uno said, even though, like, not to throw you under the bus, just to speak truthfully, like, you were going harder than Uno. You know what I'm saying? But he took offense to what Uno said, and that was the long-winded way to say this Kendrick and Drake situation sparked off a battle between FG Thriller and Jay Uno because of that whole journey. And I'll stop right there.
All right, pause. First off, as my own attorney, I've never said anything spicy in your chat. You the reality is like, yeah, I yes is the short answer. The second sort of question is let's back up a second, because there may be people who are just not familiar with hip hop. What is the importance of the battle to an artist, right? Like, how big of a deal is that?
I probably have a much different opinion than most people because I came up through the battle scene and, like, I'm just a little jaded by it. But I do think, like, overall to the culture, it just is it's a rite of passage for any artist who really claims to be the best. You know what I'm saying? It's a proving ground. And even though there's really no, like, I mean, the only value is clout, really, at the end of the day. But I think a battle on that scale between Kendrick and Drake has proven um, to be more than clout. It's really shaping opinions, who wins and who loses, which is crazy because I think when art becomes like sports, then we have a problem. You know what I'm saying? They're not supposed to be the same thing, in my opinion. But
So with that in mind, okay, let's talk about the Dunning-Kruger effect in this, because it's in like not I don't really want to talk about FG Thriller because I don't, like, whatever. I think I
for
want to
sure.
talk about the people that we were seeing online who were taking such ardent positions that they were like, you talked about this yesterday. You can't pretend like you never liked Drake. I mean, it's okay to say like, "Hey, I don't like him now," but you
Right.
pretending like you weren't playing the motto back then does not really calculate when I can go back and see your Facebook, feed. So, what is it in most people's lives you think that allowed them to create in their mind a reality where they had to A, take that harder position, or B, had the right to take that position in the first place if they don't actually know anything?
I mean, when has not knowing anything ever stopped anybody? But I think that I think that might just be human nature, I mean, yeah, I don't know if you yourself or any of the viewers are familiar with people. Doo-wop, what's good, man? Um, are familiar with people that, like, have you ever been in a new place and you don't know anyone, and someone you don't know comes up to you and, like, points out someone else and talks shit about them to connect with you?
Yes.
Like, it's in our nature to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think I come from a background where that kind of behavior was encouraged, and so I had to really train myself to recognize when I was doing that and, like, remove myself from that. And I don't think a lot of people are aware that they have that. I think that is just how they connect with people, because usually talking shit about someone else works. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you could do it in sports, you could do it in racism, you can do it in fucking politics, you can do it in fashion, you can do it in music. Like, it's a go-to. And I think that this was just the first time in my lifetime, because I don't watch sports. So this was the first, like, sport moment that I've seen where the whole world came together to to like collectively hate somebody who maybe internally they've always felt. I truly believe that everybody that has that visceral reaction to Drake in their mind thinks they're cooler than Drake and just can't like reconcile that somebody so regular can be so talented. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they refuse to say he's talented. They always say like, you didn't start from the bottom, you started from the middle. And it's like, he was like, you're an actor, but little do you know, like my specialty, and I don't know that I've really said this in public, but my specialty when I was in Hollywood and writing records was to write songs for actors. Because I had a higher success rate than most at making songs popular for actors. Because what a lot of people don't, I think it happens now more because it's more common for actors to sing and for people to just have to be multi hyphenate, but that wasn't common back in the day. And so fame doesn't always translate. Just because you're a popular actor does not mean, especially like Degrassi is a B- C+ show. You know what I'm saying? That's like
I don't tell anyone, but the Canadian Broadcast Company is not paying you good money.
It's not lit. You know what I'm saying? At all. It's like a crackhead version of Saved by the Bell Saturday morning type shit. Like, it's just because it's has a cult following doesn't mean it's like a thing. And so he did start from the bottom of the music business and had to work his way up like anybody else, and I'm not coping for Drake at all. You know what I'm saying? I like that we can have that different conversation, but like, I just really think people see themselves as cooler than him because he's so regular when you see him. But when you hear him, it's like, yo, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, no one can deny that. If that wasn't true, he wouldn't be the highest streaming artist of all time on Spotify. Like,
so what, I mean, we love to build people up. We love to tear them down. We especially love to do it if they're Canadians, apparently. I don't know. But I do think there's something, you know, what changed in hip hop? Because like I said this the other day to you, like I miss just being able to be a fan of something, sit on the sidelines, watch it, enjoy it for what it is, and not have to know a single thing about it. And maybe that's just getting older. I don't know, but it seems like something shifted. When did you first notice that tribalism slash, you know, maybe the politics of everything seeping in? And then what in your mind was the catalyst for that?
I started noticing around the rise of Chicago drill. I don't know what year that was, but the comment section changed everything. Everybody had a voice and people were building personas based on the comments that they would drop. You know what I'm saying? And the more polarizing the comment, the more attention you would get. And sometimes that would lead to other gigs, or, you know, your podcast would take off or your platform would take off. And then I think that like the rise of the content era as well, everybody being a journalist, is, you know, it's so funny because I used to pray when YouTube first started. I was on the bandwagon of like, yo, it would be so dope if like everybody had their own channel always on. And like, yo, that, like, I'd never watch TV. And that part's true. I do mainly watch YouTube over television, but like there's something to be said about curation. You know what I'm saying? Like non-algorithmic curation. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something to be said about that. I think there's also something to be said about discovery. Like I think when all the rise of the comment section, the rise of like 24-hour always on content was the death of curation and discovery. Like you had to, I think it hasn't been for the blog era was probably the last time, and the blog era was different than the magazine era because of the blog era, you know, you had RSS feeds and the information came directly to you. But there was still some work in discovering, sifting through all the blog posts and finding like the gems. And then the magazine to me was like an elevated level of that because you had to leave the house, go to the store, make sure the store had the magazine you wanted. Like maybe there's only one ill article in there, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're like me in a small town, you see in the fashion ads, call in the fashion, like, yo, can I order this? Like, who the fuck is this? Get off my line, bro. No. Like we're not gonna send you one piece. Like, no. This is where for the showrooms and shit like that. So like you had to put in work just to find that. And then it's like, oh shit, like Naughty by Nature is going to be on the cover. I need that. Like, I need to read this article. I need to know what they were doing to create this music and this flow. And like, it was about music, and it's no longer about music, first of all. And it's about personality versus music. And then all of those things are missing. It's just always on information in your pocket. And honestly, it's led to entitled fan bases. I personally think like inside some of the things I see these fan bases do is absolutely wild to me. Absolutely wild.
Yeah, I was so I am also likewise addicted to YouTube. I don't know what it is, but it seems to have driven down my attention span. Like I can still watch a movie or a TV show, but if I've got a lunch period, I want to digest like 10 professional wrestling videos. I am definitely getting on YouTube, and I'll watch that. Like my wife will come and she'll be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm watching YouTube." She's like, "Can we actually like watch something?" No, babe, this like 10-minute video is really fire. I guess my question is, so all right, you've got all this sort of stuff playing in your head. This situation is popping off in, you know, to use a military term, your area of operation, right? And you can't get away from it because it's not like it's, you know, again, I was there, and yes, I was absolutely stirring the pot because I thought it was inadvertently hilarious. But also, you know, I think, sorry, one of the viewers is saying that I am very quiet. Is that better? Let me
Yo,
know if
that's
better.
so much better. You could even go a little more if you want.
Shoot. Okay. Well, we'll just go that high.
There we go,
Hey,
my guy.
voice, everybody. So hey, listen, the things we're learning. I'm just right now. I'm like, okay, cool. It has to be at 10. All right, got it. So I think that you know, you got all this stuff playing in your head, but I'm also watching you as your friend, right? And I can tell it's wearing on you. Where are you at emotionally as this thing begins to just get bigger and bigger and bigger?
I mean, I'm gonna be real. It wasn't wearing on me like that. It was just it was very annoying, right? Because it feels like if you're it feels like you're in an alternate reality, you know what I'm saying? Like, and everything you know to be true is it just falls by the wayside because of other people's opinions. You know what I'm saying? And so that to me is really annoying. It's not the first time experiencing that, but it was really annoying in the sense that like no disrespect, like just from a life standpoint and a experience standpoint, no, much more than I don't even want to compare. I just know what I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I called that this would happen. I knew somebody would jump out the window because of how closely I watch human behavior. Like that and it unfolded exactly like I said. I said, what if somebody starts saying you beat women? What if someone starts calling you a pedophile? And both of those things happened. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that train was not late, not by a second.
Nah, not at all.
I think it was like the next day. I was like, wow, okay. He knows what time it is, I guess.
Yeah. So just to know so assuredly that I was right and like to get that kind of pushback was weird. But and for it to come from somebody who I've done nothing but support. Never said a bad thing about, you know what I'm saying? Like, didn't throughout the battle, never played the diss tracks, never played either diss track, pretty much only just defended myself throughout, like, and was still painted as the problem. It was eye opening and it was a little disappointing, but you know, we've moved past it.
Yeah, I mean, so there was something you said to me during this conversation, and I hope it's okay that I share this with sort of the world, but you said, like, this is not the first time this has happened to me. I help people, and this almost always happens. And I thought that was a really interesting comment, right? And obviously, I don't want you to name names. That's not what this is about. I'm more just curious, like, how do you keep continuing to give to other people if that is what actually keeps happening, man? Like, that's got to that would grind my gears. I'd just be like, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm out of here. You know.
I think it's making. I mean, the goal for me has never been to make one person popular. The goal is to make the coast popular. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's easy to keep going, because they aren't the goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, the door is open to people who I vibe with, and until we don't vibe, then the door is open, and that's kind of a byproduct of what comes with it, I think. It's annoying, but now it's predictable. Like, I can kind of see the habits. Like, I think in the last situation, to be 1,000% real, like, I've just been a fan of his for a long time. I couldn't say that I really knew him as a person, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we've hung out around each other a lot. We've performed on a lot of the same stages. But like, we've never had like deep conversations or anything like that, like not too deep beyond, like, outside of the DMs. So this was more of a case of like, oh, like, just because you like somebody's music, maybe go a layer deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to protect yourself from these sort of situations. In his case, like, I'm gonna be real. I think that he, with more dedication, I think he has the potential to be one of the more popular people from the coast. I think he can compete nationally. I personally do. But that being said, like, these moments prove to me who is equipped to handle that kind of attention, you know, and who isn't. Because if, you know, a small podcast / radio show can turn your whole world upside down, what is TMZ gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't want to be I don't want the coast or myself to be represented by anybody that makes us look wild. You know what I'm saying? So, it's good to find these things out now, I think.
Yeah, I mean, pressure either makes diamonds or it crushes you, right? And that's really all there is to it. I guess to sort of move into a slightly different space, you and I actually met in 2020. Do you want to tell the audience how we met? Because it's actually kind of a really funny story, I think, in a lot of ways, about like the way that things were when we were all locked inside.
Yeah. I want to hear your perspective first, bro, because
All right.
this is why I want to hear your perspective first, because my mentality at that time was, I don't think I realized what was happening looking back. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think, let me hear yours first, and then I'll get you mine.
So, you know, it is, you know, February 2020, March 2020. I don't really remember, right? We're all, a lot of us are unemployed and doing, you know, what you're supposed to do when you're unemployed for the first time in your life, which is cry on the couch and watch Star Trek reruns. George Floyd happens. the world just goes from 0 to 100 really fast. I was asked by a friend to come to a rally, brought my camera. I pretty much always have a camera in my hand right now. Pretty much always had a camera in my hand back then. Took some pictures. You happened to be at that rally. And I took some pictures of you and I sent them to you. And I was like, hey, these are yours. Use them for whatever you want. And you were like, dude, these are great. And I was like, yeah. And then we just started chatting. And then I said, hey, I really don't have anything to do right now. Like, I'm really, really bored and I want to do album covers. Do you have any artists that like need album covers? And you're like, oh yeah, talk to this guy Banks. He might, need an album cover. I don't know, and like message Banks, and Banks was like, yeah, sure, I'll show up at your house and let you take pictures of me, random stranger from the internet, I remember at the time being like, this dude either thinks I'm the weirdest person on earth, or he's like, dude, this guy's a vibe. I like it, right? And we ended up taking some great photos. Then we did an actual album cover shoot after that, and those pictures were just crazy. And then I wanted to meet you because I was like, everyone's starting a podcast right now. Why not me, right? And so I messaged you. I'm like, hey, I'm starting a podcast. I'd like to have you on it at some point. Would you be down to meet? And we met. What's that park that's off of Broadway or off of South and is it Broadway? Yeah, South and Broadway in Slow. The little one there that's got like
with the green basketball court.
Yeah, and the gardens and everything.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
By the way, just to clarify, at that rally, you were dressed much more like you are now. When you showed up, you were in work clothes.
Yeah.
It really threw me off for a second. I was like, is this the same? Is Ashton around here? You showed up and you were like, it was really weird. Like, I couldn't tell if you thought I was a cop.
That's what I'm saying. Like, not to interrupt your story, but that's why I'm saying my mentality was so different because like, I worked all throughout COVID. So I guess maybe assumed everybody was having a similar experience as me. And like, now I'm just hearing all these stories about, kids who were born during COVID who like can't recognize faces because they only saw masks during their developmental stages, and like, dating during COVID. I'm hearing all these stories that I was just like, I was kind of in a relationship, and I was in a relationship during that time for sure, and working. So to me, like, I had tunnel vision, and then I just didn't know where I was just leaving the Hollywood bubble. And so everything was rose colored to me, you know what I'm saying? Still, like, that was fading, seeing George Floyd, seeing Breonna Taylor, seeing, learning about, like, I was already pretty deep into politics by that time, but like still not knowledgeable, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't debate anybody at that time. I don't know that I still would debate anybody now, but I feel
that's called
more
the anti-Dunning-Kruger effect. Like, I don't know enough to debate someone. I'm not gonna do that.
But I feel knowledgeable, you know what I'm saying? And like, but I just didn't know like how tenuous sanity was at that, like, and that time showed me. So like, I was a little on edge, like, for a while, especially just because I'm like, yo, if I don't know who around me is posing as a friend and, has ulterior motives, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have been told that like cops were watching my page. I know the press was watching my page, and for better or worse, and just like, I was just a little paranoid at that time. So, and to take it back, like, I also thought like I was trying to build the type of label that I wanted to have. So, when I was signed, it would be my dream for somebody to have said like, yo, I got a photographer for you. Go hook up with them. Tell them what you want. Do what you want. Like, do your thing. And you guys make it happen. Like, that would be my dream. Not realizing that, like, not everybody wants to have that much control over their career, or maybe not even maybe they don't even know what to do in that sense, and so you still kind of have to hold their hand. And I'm just not like, I'm gonna be real, I'm not a good I don't have good bedside manner. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, in my mind, things like click, and I expect it to click for other people, and I'm working on that. And sometimes it doesn't. And so, in that sense, like, I was just kind of like, oh, it's weird that not everybody is just like linking up with Graham all the time to like be creative. You know what I'm saying? And like, but I don't have time to figure out why that's not happening, because at that time the whole roster was active, you know what I'm saying? Whereas
Right.
now it's not like that. So I was a little on the fence, but I think that to me, the thing that stood out when we first met is that, because I'm gonna be real, like meeting people during the protests, like again, I was just super, I not, I'm not trying to ascribe this to you, but there is such a thing as white guilt, you know what I'm saying? And there was a window where like people were just offering weird and wild things, and like, they're offering friendships and they don't really want to be your friend. They just want to make sure that they're in a safety zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, it really, when you locked into the community and was like, oh, I love Shorty Doo-Wop's music, I was like, oh, okay, like, A, he knows hip hop, and B, like, he's really locked into the community. Like, that's when my guard came down. You know what I'm saying? So
It took us, I think it was like 3 months to get you on the show. Like almost everybody went before you. I think Shorty went first, and we did this crazy album cover shoot. And talk about someone who wants that level of control and has like a vision for everything he touches. Like, I can't wait to have him on here again. I can see him in the chat. He said, "Screw you guys, I'm going ham." And my wife said that anti Dunning Kruger is just imposter syndrome. So touche.
yeesh.
But yeah, I mean, and then Jay Riley went on, and that was a great interview. And we did some shots for him. And I think my thing was always at that time was never go to a party if you're not bringing something, right? There are so many people, I think, in creative spaces that just want to be there because they want to be seen, and they think that that's somehow going to augment their creativity. And the only way you get more creative is just by doing more things. So I was like, all right, cool. Here's what I can contribute. If that's enough, great. If not, also cool. That's not for me to say. And then you came on, and I think back then I wasn't doing things live. I was just recording it and then chopping it up afterwards. I think we talked for like, I think it was like 2.5, 3 hours almost.
Yeah, something like that for sure.
So I guess my other question too is like, so, you were mentioning you were in a relationship at the time. I was married to somebody else at that time, right? And I guess, how did that period of time affect your personal life? Because like for everybody, I think it's like a really different story. It either made relationships or just cracked them. What was it like for you during that time?
I mean, I had just moved back here in 2018. And that was really disruptive to our regular routine as a couple. And so I think right when we were kind of adjusting to the distance, COVID hit, and it was all downhill from there. And I was kind of just acclimating to being back home, figuring out the reins, and honestly appreciating being able to be outside, because mind you, like before COVID, I did a lot of shows, a lot of small shows in empty venues, but a lot, and never was appreciative of the audiences, honestly, because it was kind of always like, yo, why is nobody in here, to type vibe. But then you're stuck inside for 2 years or however long we were stuck inside, and like now every time we can get on a stage or like I can shake a DJ's hand, I'm like in the building and like super ecstatic to be there because I know what it's, and I didn't realize how much, like, I'm not a social person in the sense that like I'm gonna go out and meet new people and talk to everybody, but I love to be in the mix and just like watch culture happen, you know what I'm saying? And like not being able to do that was was torturous, and realizing like once everything got going again, like we live in a place where we can do Frog and Peach, we can have residencies because nobody's there, there's no venue that's so popping that we can't like do a deal with them. So being able to take advantage of that, I was just so appreciative for coming out of COVID. But I think it was just kind of figuring out where I fit in on the coast, because I wasn't trying to go viral. Like, and how do you build a market like that? I've never seen. This is a story I've never seen before. You know what I'm saying? That I've never really seen a blueprint of how to build a market. Not saying that's and that it's never been done, but I don't know. So, and also seeing the decline of the empire of America and the empire of hip hop, and knowing that whatever I create, I want to kind of future proof it so it we don't see that same decline if it's at all possible.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to unpack there, as my boss says. By the way, for those of you on Instagram, I am not sure. We're coming up on the 44-minute mark. At the hour mark, I'm not sure if Instagram is going to boot us. So if it does, head over to YouTube. The link is in the bio. Feel free to catch there. It might not, so if it doesn't, don't feel like you got to pile out. But to unpack kind of what you were saying there, what did you fill your time with when you were locked indoors? Because you're much more of an extrovert than I am. I was like, cool, I get to be inside and watch Star Trek and not talk to people. Hell yes. But what did you fill your time with when because obviously you worked, but there's all that time in between. You can't go just out and see your lady and do stuff. So what were you filling your time with?
What was I doing? I think a lot of creating. Like I could sit in front of my computer for like days at a time and like not talk to anybody and like be fine. So but if you give me the option to like, if there's a DJ playing somewhere and a drink, like I'd rather be there. You know what I'm saying? Especially like I come alive in the nighttime type shit. So all day I'm looking at the computer, all night I'm gonna be in the streets. Like, but I think that I actually fully lost my train of thought, man.
What were you doing in the middle of COVID when you didn't have anything
Yeah,
else to do?
I think I was just looking at my screen. I started creating a book. I was really diving into AI. I was really learning about NFTs at the time, metaverse. My job was towards the end of COVID, my job was in the NFT space and I worked for a company in Russia. So I was waking up every morning at like 4 a.m. to have meetings and shit like that. And I'd be off work by like 1, but they were paying me hella bread and like we got to do hella like ill shit. So it didn't, like my COVID was not as like, I feel I can't complain. Like I feel, looking back and hearing other people's stories, I'm super grateful for what I experienced because it was just not that, like I had blinders on, honestly.
Your KGB minder told me that you can't talk anymore about the crypto company. Sorry, I sent me a text in the middle of this. No, for those of you who don't know what the KGB is, it's the Russian CIA. But I guess interesting question. Looking back on the metaverse, because like that was sold as like this is gonna be the next big thing. Everyone's gonna want it, and it fell like a watermelon out of a third-story window. What went wrong there? Like why didn't it work? Do you think?
Didn't it though? I feel like so look, Facebook went from being called Facebook to Meta. That stuck. Staples Center went from being called Staples Center to Crypto Center. That stuck.
I'm still not over that last one. I just want you to know. I'm really upset about it.
I still see crypto commercials. Ethereum and Bitcoin are both ETFs. I don't know that it didn't work. I think that the conversation should be, because this is the thing, like money, everything has to new iterations of everything has to come around. That includes money. You know what I'm saying? And cryptocurrency is just too logical of a currency format. Maybe not for everybody, not for all things, but it's just too logical for it to not take hold. NFTs, which when you really break it down, I think the messaging was just off. That's what 100%. The messaging was off. The wrong messengers were involved 1,000%. Like that's
I was
just
wondering when you were going to get to the messengers.
That's just all it is. It's the messaging was off. The messengers were wrong. Like, because when you really break it down, the metaverse is just video games, but you can own the shit that you buy in the video games. It's just the blockchain element, which adds the commerce layer and like where you can own these digital items and now you can sell them off market and off platform. Like that's the metaverse element. That's ultimately where that shit is going to go. Like who doesn't want to own their shit? It wasn't explained like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all this extra shit that didn't matter. And it wasn't like, yo, this technology is going to help you own the internet. That's all the blockchain is. The blockchain is a new internet, and NFTs are the files that are on that new internet. And you can own and sell those files like real world assets because of the way that that internet is set up. The internet needs to be reiterated upon. Money needs to be reiterated upon. AI is not even new. It's been reiterated upon. You know what I'm saying? Like just with the transformer element and the large language models, but AI has been around. Siri has been AI and before that, like so autocorrect is AI, and we had that in the Nokia phone. So I feel like it's always messaging and the messenger, and for some reason, tech people believe this is this is it.
Woo-saw. Woo-saw. I can feel it coming.
These lines have to be drawn, in my opinion, where like I just said, art should not be sports. I don't think art should necessarily be competitive. Are there competitive elements in certain art forms? Sure. You know what I'm saying? But like, should art be competitive? No, I don't think that's healthy. I think it makes people a little crazy and a little off balance. And like the same thing as business. I go to so many conferences and business meetings and like hear people compare business to art. Business is like art. Like you got to understand, like it's to create, you got to be and it's like, no, business is business. I know you want to be an artist because everybody wants to be an artist. That's the thing. And it's like, no, you might be great at business, but you're not so great that you're Picasso. No, it's business. It's not art. And like, I think that everybody wants to claim what they're doing. As I see athletes, the way he's doing the double with the backhand, it's art. And it's like, it's cool as fuck. It's not art. It's athleticism. You know what I'm saying? Like that is that. This is this.
The only time I've ever seen it blended actually well at all is professional wrestling, which is just dance.
And that is an art. That's an art because it's a play. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's that I would consider that more of an art. With the costumes and
by athletes, really.
1,000%. That's more art. And like, it's not that you can't see the artistry in it. You can see the artistry and maybe copy or the marketing campaign. I'm not saying there are not artistic elements within those things, but like then that leads to fucking Elon Musk coming out trying to do weird dances and hanging out with rappers and shit. It's like, yo, Get the fuck back to work. Stop killing people with these fucking self-driving cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, figure out the tunnel shit that you promised us 10 years ago. Like, stop, like, get back to work. But you want to be with Busta Rhymes and shit and Dave Chappelle. And now fucking Young Jeezy is selling me tequila, and fucking Meg the Stallion is selling me pillows, and fucking J. Cole is in Canadian WNBA. I don't know what's going on, bro. Like, everybody wants to do everything, and I commend it. I get it.
Sure. Get your money.
I used to want to do that, honestly, like, because I have many like fucking many interests. We're all nuanced. We're human. I understand that shit, but I just feel like it's okay. It's okay to just be good at your lane and say I'm a good business person. I'm a good fucking accountant. Like, not I'm an artist, and now you gotta like take on that persona. I just think if everybody has swag, nobody has it, and that's what's happening right now. Everybody in the world has swag, so nobody has it.
I am proud to say I am holding up the entire end of the no swag table. I am wearing an NWO shirt right now. I have more camera equipment than I think I have brains sometimes, so I'm pretty sure I'm holding down that end of the fort for us still. But to sort of ask kind of like a weird follow-up question to this. So, you know, you talked about, you know, people, the thing that really struck me is, I'm also an artist on my off time. I mean, yes, I am a customer success manager of this very mediocre tech company, but also I'm an artist. Where's the barrier where that actually becomes true, though? My wife just said Graham has negative swag. Thank you. I appreciate that.
She's so right about NFTs being uncool. Like that is exactly it. Like, engineers trying to tell people what's cool is like insane. But to answer your question, what was your question?
Like, what's the credibility metrics, right? Like, okay,
yeah.
I work in tech, but I do actually legitimately, again, have a
for
podcast
sure.
and take photos. So, am
For
I
sure.
an artist?
Yeah, absolutely, because that is the artistic side. Like, but you're not saying like, are you like, I'm the most artistic criminal justice performer? Like, I know you work in the criminal justice system. I don't know exactly what you do, but like you're not saying you're an artist at that. That's
Right.
not what makes you an artist. You know what I'm saying? And then going to work dressed like fucking 2 Chainz and shit like that. Like, that's not what's
some clothes. I think I overplayed myself here. Sanctus
That's
2 Chainz outfit's no good.
that's not what's happening. And I think for me, I think what bothers me about that is, like, in my mind, art requires sacrifice, right? Like, I don't think you have to be a suffering or starving artist. I'm not saying that, but art does require sacrifice in that, like, you have to dedicate a certain amount of not conform, like, you have to be a certain level of anti-conformist, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you sacrifice, even if it's not money or time, there is a level of comfort you have to sacrifice as an artist to really put your stamp on culture, I think, personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not doing that, that's why it's hard for me to equate somebody who looks at a trend and then copies that trend because they know that's going to put them in the algorithm,
right,
on the same level of somebody who creates something that didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Are they both artists? Sure. Are they both creatives? Sure. Should they be compared? Absolutely not, in my mind. Like, it's not the same thing. And I feel like that line is the line I'm trying to, like, distinguish. It's not necessarily that anybody can't be a creative.
Right.
It's just that, like, what have you sacrificed to be that creative? You know what I'm saying? Because most of these people that I'm seeing, you just want clout. Like, you saw, oh, this person hit a lick because they did this kind of content. I can afford $500 setup. I'm gonna do it too. But you don't have anything to bring to the larger conversation. You don't have any different or new perspective to add. In fact, you're probably just gonna dive into the fucking rage bait because that's quick cash. Like, and I'm just tired of that. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So I just want to be clear. Like, I do believe creativity is for everybody to dip their toes in, but like, that distinction is what I'm like. Stop comparing. Like, the way I've sacrificed for art, I don't want to hear about, oh, I fucking put out 5 videos on YouTube and none of them went viral. Fuck this shit. I quit. Good. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, good. Get out of here. Like, you're not built for this shit. Like, I have no sympathy for you at all. Like,
but tell us how you really feel about it. So, we talk about this a lot on your show, but you've definitely pointed out that hip hop's taken some L's right now, and some of them, it seems like, much deserved. It seems like the stuff about Diddy has been around for a while and was let's just say purposely covered up because he was making a lot of people a lot of money, right? And obviously I think that train's rolling into the station. We've talked about Kendrick and Drake, and obviously that's kind of an L. But the biggest L that I've seen in terms of like a true creative going off into the wrong place, and we've talked about this, is Kanye, right? Could someone please explain to me what went wrong? I don't understand. I love his albums, and I felt like this is the first artist other than Anthony Bourdain. When Anthony Bourdain died, like, I actually like cried. I was really upset, and then this was the first artist where I was like, I felt almost personally betrayed a little bit. So
that's
in your
so
mind,
funny.
like, what went wrong? Like, how did we get here where there's literally a version of Dave Chappelle's Black Nazi on?
So I have been thinking about this for a while. And I never really loved Kanye. I was never a Kanye stan. Because I didn't know him or anything like that. Wasn't close to him, but I was close enough to see a lot of his rise. And was never really impressed because I knew a lot of I think it just ended on Instagram.
Yeah, it did. It's okay.
And I knew a lot of what was going on behind the scenes. And so, like, I'd see something behind the scenes and then see him jump in front of the camera and be like, I'm a goddamn genius. And I'd be like, yo, if I had all the resources that you had and could, like, fly 90 people out to Hawaii, rent out the top floor of the dopest hotel and tell them, create me a masterpiece, and just say, no, you change this, you change this, you change this. Like, I would create the greatest shit alive too. And a lot of times you didn't even create the greatest shit. Like, to me personally, like, I didn't really start rocking with him until Graduation. Like, I feel like Graduation is uncontestable art. Like, same with my dark twisted fantasy, uncontestable, fantastic art. But I wasn't even really on the Kanye train until that time, because I'm like, you're fucking with Daft Punk and Timbaland, bro. Like, you can say, hey, Timbaland, come fix these drums. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I met this nigga a couple times. He ain't picking up the phone for me at all. So, like, to hear him call himself a genius and, like, to say, like, I struck, like, to me, that's the thing that always killed me when I was in Hollywood. And it did make me a little bitter, because you'd hear these people like Kanye always complaining about not being heard while they were in the room, never acknowledging how hard it is to even get in the room, and you were just walked in the room because no idea is your neighbor or whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Like, and of course, everybody has a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like we just talked about that earlier. I don't think just because Drake started in the middle class and was on Degrassi means he did not struggle to become Drake. Like, I also don't think that. I'm sorry, yo, I'm so high, bro.
That's all good. It's all good. You were
Connect Cannabis, yo. Connect Cannabis.
my mom's gonna watch this and I'm like, what's Connect Cannabis? I'm gonna don't just, it's too strong. It's too strong. Although might mellow out my mom a little bit.
My bad, yo. My bad.
No, it's all good. So I think that I knew shit was off the rails with Kanye when he, with a straight face, said Ford, Disney, Picasso, West. I was like, I mean, Ford, sure, maybe you can make really bad motor cars. Disney, maybe. I thought that was a very interesting one. In hindsight, I'm like, yeah, because he was also kind of a closet Nazi.
True.
And then when he said Picasso, I was like, okay, but really? And I was just on someone else's page, and I don't remember whose it was, so forgive me if you're in the chat or something, but they had put that they thought Kanye was in the top 3 of all time, and I said, sure, super talented guy, yeah, but like there is a line in which you begin to like destroy your own creations by just being the jerk that you actually are. And he crossed over that line when he said Picasso, because I remember Leonard Cohen, who's just an incredible songwriter. He the next day, and he almost never tweeted anything. He tweeted, "Kanye West is the Picasso of nothing."
In his debt, she needing it back. I'm working around, just letting it catch. These feelings intact, my cinnamon shawty. She using no gobby. I'm resting my 40, I'm looking to know her a little bit closer. No roller coaster, nipping is fine. I'm calling a mine, not taking a shot in the humble reside. Taking that track side, gonna waste no time, never in my prime. This my new lifetime. I don't need no shot, gonna waste no time. Gonna waste no time.
Everything I'm thinking gonna happen, shorty. I'm trying to give you extra strokes. Weed hasn't thrown. Been a pleasure, nice to meet you. When's the matrimony? And me no disrespect. Don't be too casual for me. Take it for what it is, yeah. You trying to have my kids, yeah. If I go too fast, then you might leave me in suspense, yeah. You ain't making sense, yeah. Baby feeling tense, yeah. I told her, what's prime, baby? I wouldn't lie, baby. I wouldn't hug you, then go leave you. Push aside, baby. I see them signs, baby. Them desert eyes, baby. We gon' weather bigger storm, but that's in time, baby. Buffer calibrations if you be more patient with me. Feeling easy going time, but life done made me silly. Restoration case on 50. Hey, where's the case on D? Where's the case on D?
I'm so close to Presbyterian. I should've told you this, that.
Yeah. If me and the devil ran a fade, would you go for me? If they let me in the White House, would you vote for me? I paint that motherfucker brown and let the homies free. Man, who am I kidding? If I ran, they'd end up smoking me. Kissing on your neck, banging Jodeci. Then I'll beat the pussy up like it stole from me. My enemies in fear of dealing with the ghost of me. I ain't gonna hunt your little scary ass homies, G. Back to my brown skin queen, you caught my eye again. You all I need to get me through with this life of sin. It's another slow jam I'll dedicate to you. I'll flip this world upside down if they hate on you.
So close to Presbyterian. I should've told you this, that. I'm so close to Presbyterian. I should've told you this, that. also on the beat, so you know the bitch.
Just me and you. What's good with you? Your king, your prince, my queen, my bitch. Your lips, your eyes, your hips, your thighs. We met tonight. I hit tonight. You been, I been, I hit it right. She dick, much ice. You smoke, I drink. I know you think that I'm alright. What's good tonight?
Off the rip, look what I did. I made a 20 out of 25 cents. I got the enemy streaming my shit. I make a broad only like coochie like dick. Me and him, we ain't the same. He ain't got an ounce of game up in that brain. He love to try to throw smut up on my name. But when I see him, maybe yelling gang gang. Like we homies, but we not. That respect don't hit the same when it's buck. When it get hot for you, it's fuck the world. Y'all love the homies more than you love your girl. That shit sus. What the fuck? Cause she ain't never had a real one in them guts. Until I hit shit, and that was it. Y'all drink, think, and get pussy to my shit. Sing it.
Just me and you. What's good with you? Your king, your prince, my queen, my bitch. Your lips, your eyes, your hips, your thighs. We met tonight. I hit tonight.
Now how many licks do it take for you to? You'll never know if you still fucking with a bum. Maybe one day, but y'all been cooked since day one. You tweaking if you beefing and you bitching over crumbs. Homie, I ain't the one. Stay the fuck around me. There ain't nothing that a broke motherfucker can tell me. I love it when y'all step up in the ring and doubt me. And end up going to sleep counting sheep by round 3. Look, now who let these dusty ass, dingy pro club wearing ass motherfuckers into function today? Me mugging with no hands, they got fucked up today. I don't know, but they scaring all the pussy away. I still like them brown eye, big old titties and thighs. Little homie, big old heart, get you wet between your thighs. So spit your game, baby girl. I'll be the pleasure to your pain. Whisper in your ear, baby. This is what I'm saying.
Just me and you.
CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast. It's the Holy Lord Sanctus, God of the coast, and you are watching CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast, playing 805 hip hop and R&B every single Monday through Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. How is everybody? I don't know how long I'm gonna be on. It definitely depends on if the chat gets active or not. This is a Saturday. I usually don't stream live on Saturdays because I like to rest on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to work myself to death. But yesterday was like the most technical difficulties that we've had so far. So excuse me, I didn't want to leave y'all hanging. I felt that it was only right that I come back and give y'all at least an hour. Excuse me. Plus, there's some new music that I want to play as well. The name Uno dropped a new joint with Mike Valley, AMG, super fire. I love the video. Destructive did it. Shout out to Destructive. And then Big Time Bake dropped a remix to Gangsta Party, and it's called After Party. It's one of those big DJ Khaled type collaborative records, which we don't see a lot of from the coast. Connect the Coast is definitely the most known for doing those kind of big records. Connect the Coast and 7 Records, I would say. And now I'd add Green Hill to that list. But it is still pretty rare considering how many artists there are on the coast. So I like seeing that. I like seeing that collaborative effort. And it's definitely like a black and brown collaborative thing, which I'm always happy to see. So we'll get into those two a little later. I know there was something I wanted to talk about, but I can't really remember what it was. But if I can remember and there's time, I'll talk about that as well. I want to stop trying to say as well. I don't know why I say that all the time. I want to stop. Flag that. If you hear me say it, flag it, because I want to stop saying that. But yeah, shout out to our sponsors, Connect Canna. It's the weekend. It's Saturday. So if you're trying to re-up, if you're headed to the beach, the lake, you're trying to roll one up, we got you. Just tap the link in our Instagram bio, and you can order directly to your location. And you'll get it within an hour if you order from the express menu. Our service is only available in Slow and Kern County, nowhere else. But if you're in those areas, then you can go ahead and tap the link in our Instagram bio and order yourself something. We have vapes, edibles, tinctures, flour, pre-rolls, the whole nine. So go ahead and do that. And it's a great way to support the stream. Also, shout out to epirus.club. I know that's probably not a word you hear every day, so let me go ahead and drop it in the chat so you can see what it's spelled like. But if you're a creative of any type, especially if you're in the 805, I highly suggest you visit epirus.club. You can list your services there, and get paid right on the platform through Stripe for free. It doesn't cost anything to sign up, so check that out, epirus.club. Shout out to Rare Breed and Chapsworth on that one. 7 Records is in the chat. What's good, yo? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. I was just telling whoever was going to end up seeing this that we're going to premiere AMG a little bit later. Very, very good job. I love that song. I love the video. It's not killing empty for me, but I still like the song a lot. I think that was another standout from the album for me. And if there's anything you want to hear out there, let me know. It's $5, Cash App or Venmo. Our Cash App's Connect the Coast. Our Venmo's Connect the Coast 2021. Include the title, the name of the title and the artist, and we'll definitely play that. Oh, I remember what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about this little Yachty shit that's going on, yo. Yeah, so if there's time, we'll talk about that as well. So we might have a packed show. So let's get into it. Actually, let's what do we want to start with? Should we wait? Yeah, like why wait, right? Why wait? Let's just do it. Let me see. Yeah, we're gonna start off with the 2 premieres. Up first, we got Big Time Bake After Party remix to Gangsta Party featuring Big E, Henface, Mo Licks from Slump Boys, and I seen OGT in the background. So check this out, world premiere CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast. We got AMG right after this.
This the after party, let the bros in. That money sound get me activated. Up, down, up, down, up, down.
There go that money sound again, you know I'm loving it. Hit the gangsta party, now my niggas thugging it. City rocking with me, everybody fucking with it. Yo mama, cousin, granny, your whole family out here bumping it. This ain't a gangsta party, baby, this the after party. Margot Robbie's in the spot, I see a couple Barbies. We off the rope spot, jumping like it's Jeff Hardy. And if niggas playing games, I keep that one stick, you know it's hard. All my booze in one spot like this, a haunted house. Baby got hella ass, I think she from the south. Shawty yapping, she the type to give a lot of mouth. Up, down, look at baby head bounce. Oxnard, California be the residence. West Coast, baby, niggas know I'm always reppin'. Niggas know I'm in the spot soon as I step in. Put off for my people, yelling big time for president. This a gangsta party. I need a bad bitch, I need my gangsta shorty. This is a gangsta party. Gangsta party, baby, this a gangsta party. This is a gangsta party. I need a bad bitch, I need my gangsta shorty. This is
Gangsta party, after party. Gangsta party, baby, this a gangsta party.
It's a gangsta party and the gangsta in here lacking. So shorty throw it back, you better quit with all that acting. Action, not little mama, we just buggy. Back in, counting my commas like I should be. Big moves, big chips and big plays. With a thick bitch, hair done, pretty face. I'm an old school, fly homie, never change. She like roll through. Who you with? I'm with the gang. Breadwinners, like I'm James P. Sullivan. I let it simmer, but this money gon' keep coming in. I'm in the function taking shots like it's medicine. It's that gangsta out the ox they keep mentioning. Feeling like I can't lose, like I'm supposed to win. Said that was my last run, here I go again. Ain't always up, remember back when I was 0-10. Chop them down like a cut, make a 40 blend.
Listen, gangsta party. I need a bad bitch, I need my gangsta party. This is a gangsta party. Gangsta party, baby, this is gangsta party. This is a gangsta party. I need a bad bitch, I need my gangsta party. This is
Gangsta party. Gangsta party, baby, this is gangsta party.
It's against a party, bring that Hennessy. Play up, been president, I'm calling from the embassy. How you showing love, but it really be some jealousy. Take a couple shots at the Hennessy, know she messing me. One night stand, why the fuck you always messing me? If you ain't get into it, why the fuck you standing next to me? Up late night, liquor store like I be clerking. Bring that ass over, let me see what I could work with. Ass brand new, no mega, she looking perfect. Should I give a dick? I don't know if she deserve it. I like my bitches slim, thick, and real curvy. Yo, she got a man, oh no, don't hurt me. Come and get your bitch, cause she acting real flirty. At the gangsta party, yeah. Gangsta party, gangsta party, gangsta party, yeah. I bring the Hennessy.
listen, gangsta party. I need a bad bitch, I need my gangsta party. This is a gangsta party. Gangsta party, baby, this is gangsta party. This is a gangsta party. I need a bad bitch, I need my gangsta party. This is
Gangsta party. Gangsta party, baby, this is gangsta party.
Gangsta party, ain't nobody else gon' do it better. I'm the weatherman, lil' mommy, you gon' need a sweater. Say she fucking with that nigga, man, I hit it better. Say she want a real nigga from the 19 letter. Real stepper, real joint, can't forget a killer. Say she grew up in the South, she probably know the gang. Say she let her way I speak and I ain't run the gang. A dark night, she comparing me to Bruce Wayne. And I ain't even gon' lie, I know she feeling me, but I'ma keep it Scotty fly like a pelican. Gangsta party, gangsta shawty, who got the Hennessy. Say she let her way I walk, bitch, you know I'm sagging. Fat daddy, what she call me, and I ain't even mad. Yeah, fat daddy, what she call me, and I ain't even mad.
listen, gangsta party. I need a bad bitch, I need my gangsta party. This is a gangsta party. Gangsta party, baby, this is gangsta party. This is a gangsta party. I need a bad bitch, I need my gangsta party. This is
Gangsta party. Gangsta party, baby, this is gangsta party.
CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast. That's Big Time Bake, Big E, Hen Face, Mo Licks.
That's good.
Yo, can you hear that? Yo, it's it's ringing in the background. Yo, it has been a bell going nuts, like an alarm going nuts that the whole city can hear for like 30 minutes, yo. And it has me worried. I don't know what the fuck it means. And I'm not seeing any news flashes about it or anything. And everybody's just acting like it's fucking normal. So I don't know what to do, but it sounds crazy. And the whole city, no matter where you can go, can hear it. It's really wild. Anyways, I like that video. Yo, I only have one note. Well, first of all, I didn't know that there was anybody black in Slump Boys. I had no idea. I'm assuming the dude with the afro was from Slump Boys, and I didn't know that there were any black Slump Boys. So that was news to me. And then my note is if you rapping about tings and beezies, if you rapping about gangster shorties, you need, yeah, exactly. Where are they? You need to have women in the video. It looked, I'm gonna be real, it looked like it was hard to focus on the song when I hear you talking about a lot of women and then I see nothing but dudes in the video. But I don't think that makes it a bad video at all. And I've made that mistake. I've done the similar thing when I put out videos too. When I'm, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. And also, you just do what you can do. You know, I fully believe you probably, if there could have been, there would have been. There's probably all kinds of factors coming into play. So there, you know, it could have been a last minute video shoot. I don't know, but I will say, like, just keep that shit in mind for the future, because I think that could have just took it to a next level, especially because the first video, Gangsta Party, I think works so well because there are so many pretty girls in that video. You know what I'm saying? And like the environment is a party environment. Like you call the song "Gangsta Party," and I mean, yo, if he's not, then that's my biggest note for the video is what the fuck if he's not. I am assuming that was a black man with an afro. I'm sorry, I refuse to believe anything else. You know? Like if that was not a black man, nah, bro, that guy had to be. He was a black man, bro. I don't think he might have been mixed. He might be mixed, but yo, if that is not a black person, if that is not a black man, that's my biggest note in the video is there is no way in the Holy Father's green earth and the Holy Mother's black, deep purple and pink space, nigga, that was allowed to happen. That was a black man. I'm saying it, I'm calling it. That was a black man. He is black. I'm sorry. Like there's no other option. There is no other option for that. No other option. I will not allow any other thing to be true. I'm sorry. Anyways, okay, let's not dwell on that. Cause I wanted to get to this video, which I'm fucking with, yo. Like I really can I say about this AMG, just this Batman and Superman album in general, what I love about it is like I think y'all styles complement each other so well, but you're not doing the same thing. Like Mike has his very own distinct vibe, and Uno has his very own distinct vibe, but they complement each other so well. I really dig it. So let's get into this. This is a world premiere. The name Uno Mike Valley from the Batman versus Superman album. This is called AMG World Premiere. CTC Radio, the only radio station.
Yeah, shit, this that AMG ass money game, we finna sell a key. Betty on my lap, I got like 10 of these. Got a dark skin bitch, she poppin' shit just like she Annalise. Got another blonde just on my team, she could've been in Greece. Light skin look like Penny, yeah, she proud, she a proud fiend. Latina so thick, I fuck one time and then I fell asleep. Circle so small, the dream team, we got like 10 rings. Shooters always shoot, I shoot at hoes just like I'm Katie. Caught me another bitch, she give me in just like Medusa. I'm gon' lose a better, yeah, we call that shit Papoose. I'm walking in the club, shout out Dirt, I got my tool in. I walk up in that fire, yeah, I swear we ain't losing. Me and Philly pushing rocks, we sell the fiends.
Trap guy, what up?
I'm telling Bam to roll the camera, it's a scene. A Godfather, I'm talking nigga, can't hear your dreams. I'm Freddy Cougar, nightmare, the only thing. I'm double cup, I'm walking shawty, I'm off the lean. Yeah, and baby, this just 7, baby, this the team.
Walked in this bitch, very sick like the roof. One cuz crib, one cuz big boot. Made a couple plays, now my pocket's big boot. Heard he got mad cause the bitch been true. Here's another hit, yeah, it's business as usual. I thought I grew a little, but I'm talking like I used to. Bitch that I'm with, yeah, shawty looking crucial. A brother in the red like Oklahoma soon. If niggas was the rent, they leave Oklahoma soon. The gas that I smoke make me think I see the future. I turn that bitch down so she started spraying rooms. We could go into it, I don't wanna go into it, no. All my niggas crazy, baby, hate to burst your bubble. But young and keep the laser in a Herschel just for trouble. Them perks kick my ass and I only took a couple. Don't pick up a gun if you don't wanna use a shovel. Gang was on the run, you ain't running with a savage. Say she want a ton, call the flight to change the weather. When I flip the switch, gang, I'm about to change the meta. Saying she in love, can't nobody do it better. Nah. Saying she in love, can't nobody do it better.
CTC Radio, the only radio station.
She in love, can't nobody do it better.
The only radio station committed to the coast. That's brand new music. Mike Valley, the name Uno AMG. Video going hard, song going hard. That nigga said, don't pick up a gun if you don't want to use a shovel. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I was just about to say, my nigga, I watched it on my phone a couple times. I just watched it on the big screen. I just peeped the cowboy boots. You a fool for that. That shit was big swag though. I seen when you was doing the dig, I was like, this nigga got pointy toes. That's crazy. That shit look hard though. That video is so clean. I love it. Fucking add that to your live. Is that yeah, of course. It's available on all it's available. Wait, is it still secret mode or is it available on streaming services now? And either way, sub on YouTube. Go hit the like button on YouTube. Okay. We're getting confirmation. It's available on all streaming services. Make sure you go add that. It's everywhere. Yeah, man, that's just going crazy. Going crazy. This is another good opportunity to test out the internet. Let's get into this Lil Yachty conversation, man. So for those that don't know, Lil Yachty has been kind of getting dragged on the net because he keeps losing friends, and people are saying that, you know, he's not a good friend, which is a crazy conversation. I never thought we'd get to the era where we're talking about if artists are good friends or not. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's wild. I don't care about that per se, but this conversation struck a chord with me because I think I have a little bit different perspective than everybody. And I hear where everyone is coming from, and I'll explain, but I definitely want to give my 2 cents about it. So just to give you a little bit of an overview, actually, let me see if we can find a video that gives an overview better than me. Ooh, and Caribou responded. Shit. Cool. Sorry, I'm just trying to find one that's short because they're all like they're all a little long. But basically, Lil Yachty has a podcast with a dude named Mitch, and he had a group called Concrete Boys, and in the group was I actually was a fan of hers. As far as like what I've heard, I liked her bars. I didn't mean to skip over that either. Empty music video shoot tomorrow, 7 Records is saying. So I'm assuming that's down south, the Ventura area. Trap guy, pull up. But yeah, he has a group called Concrete Boys. In the group is a female artist named Caribou, and I just like her voice and her delivery, so I thought she was cool. But I had a feeling that he was writing her bars because it just felt very Lil Yachty-ish to me. But everybody thought she was writing her own bars, which was, I don't know why. It wasn't giving that. But anyways, she sounded really good and she was dope. She is dope. She didn't die or anything like that. But her and Yachty had a falling out a little while ago, and nobody knew why. And so Yachty came out and basically said, you know, he confirmed it. He said Caribou and Concrete Boys have parted ways. And that's all I have to say about it. He said, I have nothing bad to say about her. I'm gonna leave it there, but she's doing her own thing now, and we're not affiliated anymore. And everybody was kind of speculating, like, what's going on? Like, she was the dopest one in the group. Like, what could have happened? And then on Yachty's podcast the other day, I forget who the guest was, but Yachty and Mitch host this podcast together. And on the podcast, they were talking about something, and Yachty basically insinuated that Mitch would be nothing without him. And I actually let me actually Key Glock, thank you. Trap guys, y'all got it. Key Glock, thank you so much. But so Yachty and Yachty and Mitch had Key Glock on the podcast the other day, and they were talking about basically getting on the straight and narrow path, basically. Like, so Mitch told the audience, like, Key Glock said, "Yo, you should." This is what happened. Sorry, I'm thinking about a couple things at once, but this is what happened. Key Glock said that, "Yo, get it however you can, even if you gotta rob people." And I'm paraphrasing. He said, even if you gotta rob people, get it however you can. Just don't live off of another man. And so Mitch stepped in and was like, "Yo, let's like course correct and say, don't get it however you can. Like, don't rob somebody. Get it in a righteous way. Get it honestly. Don't rob people. Don't kill people. But get it however you can. It within those two rules." And then Yachty stepped in and was like, "Yo, how can you say that when you have a me? Because you didn't want to get a job, you didn't get it in a righteous way. Like I put you on, and so it's easy for you to say that when you have a me, but most people in the world don't have a me." And I get that, and I get where Yachty's coming from, because Yachty has way more background into like how Mitch was before the world got to know Mitch. But I think Wayno said it best. Wayno said that this was a conversation that should have never been had in public. And I'll add to that and say that if it was being had in public, then they should have discussed first how that was going to occur, because if you don't understand what Yachty is trying to say, then he does sound crazy. And I feel like a lot of the audience that's criticizing him doesn't understand what he's trying to say. And so when that happened, Caribou retweeted herself. She posted a tweet a long time ago that said, said something like, "I'm not going to say anything. Everything will reveal itself." And then she retweeted that and said, "This aged well." And so when she tweeted that, Yachty went live and went off. And so I'm going to show you the part where Yachty goes live and goes off. And then I'm going to tell you what I think about what he said, because he is getting cooked. Everybody's saying that he's spazzing. Everybody's saying that he's crashing out. Crash out coming soon. But I feel like I have a little bit of a different perspective. So let me play you what Lil Yachty said, and then we'll talk about it.
I would even know what Caribou was if it wasn't for me. What the f are we talking about, bro? I wrote that verse when we went on the radar.
Off the dust, bro, with that sack under my arm, sacking up a must. I crushed the fucking.
So y'all remember that video that I made not too long ago about Caribou leaving the Concrete Boys, or supposedly being kicked, all right? And over time, it hasn't been that much.
I'm gonna just fast forward to the live.
Rated teen.
No, not the ads. I'm gonna just fast forward to the live part though.
And you, bro, go ahead and tell people how you talk to people.
Ooh.
How you tell my security guard, "Oh, you homeless? Oh, you work for me? Oh, we are
security guard? What?
You ain't got no, you're poor, and we above you." And how you talk to people like they nothing. You talk to people like they small, like they beneath you. Bro, hold on. Tell people how you verbally use people. How you told me you gonna me when you see me. Tell you
What?
Talk to people, bro.
She was going what?
Your brain is clinically immense, bro. How you disrespect people. How you go around.
She says she gonna spit on him. He's alleging that she said she's gonna spit on him, not shit on him. I just want to be clear about that.
Treating people in your everyday life. I've been letting you do this whole thing where you act like you like a princess and you sweet and you know like, oh, you just such a good girl. Bro, stop the front, bro. Internally, we have withheld your actions since the beginning of me giving you this career.
So he basically saying ever since Caribou started, she always been hostile in front of others, okay?
What are we talking about, bro? What the even talking about, bro? You don't even do nothing. What the Yo,
that part when he said, because honestly, the first part I don't care about, honestly. Like I prefer that she be nice to people, but I feel like that's just not relevant to the conversation. But when he turns up right here, this is the part right here that that resonates with me, and I'll tell you why after.
Oh,
no, he mad.
It's so crazy to me, bro, because I've given you a career, and time to time you just disrespect me. I wrote every verse you've done. I dressed you. I dressed all 5 of y'all, bro.
Oh my God.
I dressed 5 every time we stepped out the house. I put an outfit on everybody. I put 8-carat earrings in everybody's ear.
Okay, I don't know if this is just him having an ego or let him chat though. Let him chat.
Put 3 chains on all y'all neck. We bought a Cartier watch. I gave you that chrome Rolex, bro. You the most. You was watching tables. You was waiting. What are we talking about? I changed your motherfucking life, and you on here lying, talking about some we you. That got me up, bro. You got me up, bro. You disrespectful, bro. You talk to people crazy. You tell people that they are nothing. You tell people you gonna spit on them. You tell people they poor, and you talk to my label crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, making fun of people that's poor or who ain't got it like that, that's lame, bro. That ain't cool. Hopefully what Lil Yachty's saying isn't true, because that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
You claim I was stealing money from you, bro. Stealing money from you how? Stealing money from you how, bro? You ain't made no money, bro. See, this is the problem with you new artists. Y'all get popping online, and then you become more popular than your actual music, right? You $900,000 in a hole, and I got every receipt. $900,000 concrete in a hole. I got every receipt. I'm gonna post it. I dare you. Try me. I'm gonna post it, and I'll post how much money your streams are made. You got, bro. Stop. Don't go on the internet and act like I'm you, bro. I've been nothing but loving and caring and paid your bills and gave you money and took you around the world, and nobody would even know who Caribou was if it wasn't for me. What the f are we talking about, bro? I wrote that verse when we went on the radar.
So he did write the verse. I knew I was a trick. I don't think he'll be lying about that.
Purpose. So everyone would say, who the that girl? I slowed the beat down. I put 808 specifically on your verse.
Wow.
So when it got to your part and the beat drop, everyone would be like, oh, the girl is the craziest one.
Damn.
I wrote that verse the night before we even went on the radar on my phone. Bro, I got the voice, I got reference. What the f we talking about? You ain't never wrote no a song in your life.
The reference is crazy.
That's why ain't no music came out since you've been left, because you ain't got no music. You can't rap.
Yeah. Okay. Look, so that's like the 7 Records said he sound like a true Virgo. I'm dead. Trap guy said tricking. So look, that's not tricking, that's business. Well, I guess it depends on what your business is, because tricking can be business too, but that's business, right? So this is how I feel about it. I think that we in hip hop we haven't adapted to optics very well. And I think that optics is basically the truth without context. And so optics is just what you see, just what you can see with the little information you have without context. And the optics of what Lil Yachty is doing looks bad, and that's why the fans are reacting that way. But I've been hearing that what he's saying about Caribou is actually true. Like she does have behavioral issues, and she has done some things that have ruffled some feathers. I've heard that myself. So I know that he may be coming from a real place, but because he's fighting 2 battles, one against what he said against Mitch and one with Caribou, now the optics seem like he's the problem, because 2 people in a very short span of time from 2 different ventures of his are having problems. And I do think the thing with Mitch, it is his fault. He could have definitely let that go. He didn't have to take it there. But I feel like something happened. This is how I see the situation with Mitch, and then I'll tell you the situation with Caribou. the way that Yachty felt so compelled to talk about what he was talking about with Mitch, I feel like there's a history there that we just do not know about, right? Like it's giving, if you ever watched like Atlanta, and everybody around Paperboy kind of wanted to be put on, and Paperboy's attitude was kind of like, yo, if I'm out here getting it, you got to go get it. And it feels like Yachty was kind of like that for Mitch, and but he cared too much about him, so he just put him on. You know what I'm saying? But like, it sounds like there was like years and years and years, like 10, 15 years of just not doing anything. And finally Yachty was like, you know what? Fuck it. I got you. Because Yachty just was not letting that one slide. Like he was not letting it slide. He was like, what have you done? What have you done for you to tell people to get on the righteous path when you didn't get on the righteous path? You got on my path that I put you on. And and Yachty just, he would not let that go. So I think that I think he had to get that off his chest. So there's context there we don't have. I can definitely speak on so yeah, it's a bad look, but I don't necessarily think that Yachty is wrong, and I would love more context, but I'm sure it's very personal, so we'll probably never get that. In the Caribou situation, that one hit me a little harder because for those of you that don't know my background, like I'm a ghostwriter myself. I've been a ghostwriter for a long time. I've written some songs for some of your favorite artists. I've written verses and little pieces and lyrics and things for your favorite artists, for some of the biggest artists, and some of the smallest artists. I've created artists out of nothing who, the same way Yachty just said, you know, they don't rap and they haven't released music because they stopped working with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so because I don't work with them anymore and I wrote everything they ever did, they don't put out music anymore. There's multiple artists that I've done this for and could name. And so when I hear Yachty talk about this, I know from experience that even though the optics are bad and maybe this shouldn't come out, and I'll even take the bad behavior off the table, right? Like I'm saying, I don't think Caribou's bad behavior is relevant to the public, but I will say, like, if you create an artist from scratch and you write everything for them, and then their music becomes bigger than them, there is something that happens almost every time where that artist starts to believe their own hype. They start to drink their own Kool-Aid. They start to eat their own crumbs off the table. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and it's really disappointing as the exec, because when you create an artist, you're like the executive producer. So when the artist then believes that they can do all of this without you, but they've never done it on their own before, it gets to a point where you have to let it go. And that's just the nature of the business. But I've never spent $900,000 of my own money on an artist. So I could see that's why he exploded. That's why he was like, yo, what the fuck are we even talking about here? Like, I wrote everything. And then he played the reference. And I'm not gonna lie, like, her On the Radar freestyle is one of my favorite verses of this year. I'm not even gonna, I thought that shit was fire. And the fact that Yachty wrote that, just to me as we were just talking about, you know, his I think he's GOAT status, and that's another feather in that cap. I think that proves that Yachty is at this point GOAT status. He's stood the test of time. He's more relevant than he was in the past. And he's, you know, out here being very, very, very creative. Concrete Boys was one of the dopest groups this year. I think his album with James Blake was interesting. So he's been doing all the shit he's been doing with Drake. Maybe bad timing, but still really good creative work. So yeah, no, he's doing his thing. But I fully understand his frustration. And I think that regardless of how bad the optics are, you have to understand that, like, the optics are not the whole story. And so the people, the fans that are criticizing him and saying like, oh, you know, he's a bad friend, this and this and that, I think should give him a little grace, considering you don't know him at all. He's never been a friend to you, so you can't really say whether or not he's a good friend. But if you just look at the facts, where it's like he did spend all this money on her, it was a record deal. It wasn't the friendship had nothing to do with the business side of it. Yo, what's good? Prominent Ones is in the chat and says it's up. Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the business side of it. For you to then go out and say that you got bullied when really your life got changed is offensive. It's offensive, yo. And I haven't had anyone that I've worked with go out and say I bullied them after I put them on, but I did have people go out there and say like I didn't do anything for them after I put them on. I've had people who I created entirely. I gave them their name, every song they ever wrote. I wrote every single lyric, every single letter, and every single word of every single lyric I wrote. I made their beats. I gave them their image. Anybody that's in the music industry that they know they met through me, but then they go off and like try to get signed to those people that they know only because of me. I had someone who I put on who we did really big things, and I literally created her. I introduced her to a bunch of people in the music industry, and then she went on to give those people a bunch of money and like made them rich, and she only knew them because of me. And they only knew her because of the music that I wrote for her. So I've had that happen on multiple occasions to where like I have a really, really good insight into what Yachty is talking about. So I know that shit hurts, bro. And when you get slighted, I think it's okay to be like, yo, I think it's okay to be offended when somebody offends you. Like this whole thing where you got to be calm every time you got to be calm no matter what, whenever somebody does something fucked up. Like, I don't understand that behavior, like that internet culture shit where like somebody can do something fucked up to you and you just got to be cool about it. And if you lose your cool, then you're the one that's the problem. Like, that's not how the world works. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's crazy behavior that we encourage and that we like allow. I don't understand that shit. So let me know what you think. Prominent One says you can do all you can, man. That's it. Yeah, that's all you can do. You can't control everything, and you can only manage the things that you can control. So but I ain't gonna lie, for a long time I was super bitter about those things. And it was hard to let it go. But yeah, now like you just get into, like, anytime I get into those situations, I get into it knowing that like this is a possibility, this could happen. I'm not working with them for any other reason than I think they're talented, and if it works, cool. If it doesn't, then it doesn't work. That's the only way that's the only mentality you can have to survive a situation like that. But cool. Yeah, fucking I didn't expect to talk about that long. Let me know what you think in the chat. If you're watching on the replay, let me know what you think in the comments. If you hopped in the middle of the conversation, it's all good. You can catch this full episode on the rest of our channels. Probably starting on Monday, I'll start running reruns. If there's anything you want to hear, let me know. We got a couple more minutes, so I'm going to play a few more songs. It's just $5, Cash App or Venmo. Our Cash App's Connect the Coast. Our Venmo is Connect the Coast 2021. Make sure you put the name of the song and the name of the artist in the memo so I play the right thing. Again, shout out to our sponsors, Connect Cannabis. You can order from Connect Cannabis by tapping the link in our Instagram bio. We only deliver to San Luis Obispo County and Kern County, but if you order from the express menu, you can get your order within an hour. We deliver until 9 p.m. So get yourself some flower or vape or edibles or pre-rolls or tinctures. We got you. as long as you're in Slow County or Kern County. You can get it in until 9 p.m. And then we are giving away a MetaQuest 3 and a Nintendo Switch 2. You can tap the link in our Instagram bio or the link in the description of this video to enter the giveaway. It's free to enter. All you have to do is complete tasks to earn points, and then you win. And then the more points you earn, the more chances you have to win. Cool. Let's get into some music. This is Luxury, the trap god. It's called Fetty. He's out of Santa Maria, California. CTC Radio.
And I'm feeling like the one. Diamond shining like I caught the sun. Chasing chicken like I'm on the run. Bring me 20 50s and a
My phone start ringing, me, my trap is ready. Trap is ready. Dashing through the traffic like Mar Andretti. It's ready. I came to put the sauce on the spaghetti. I'm tripping. Look at your nigga. Is he on Fetty? Ride around with a senorita.
Strap in her purse like Medea.
I got the Shanae, she got the Laquita.
Rest in peace, Vita.
Ran up on a bitch like a cheetah. So fast. Is you hot and ready, Little Caesar? She looking for a nigga just to please her. Take her down the figure, then I leave her. She's down there following instructions. High heels on, she'll show you how to function.
Corner Store, what's good? You want to come on? Let me know. Hit me in the 805 Media Day chat, and we'll set it up.
And I'm feeling like the one. Diamond shining like I caught the sun. Chasing chicken like I'm on a run. Bring me 20 50s and a
My phone start ringing, me, my trap is ready. Dashing through the traffic like Mar Andretti. It's ready. I came to put the sauce on the spaghetti. I'm tripping. Look at your nigga. Is he on Fetty?
CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast. That's Luxury, the trap god out of Santa Maria, California. It's called Fetty. Add it to your libraries, add it to your playlist, and let them know where you heard it first.
It's your boy T Shahid, and y'all are watching my new video, Something New, on CTC Radio. Let's get it, yeah.
Corner Store, we only play 805 music on here, though. Everybody got to be from the 805. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sounds so explicit. OTM, y'all. Just bounce with us, rock with us, rock.
Or not from the 805, but they got to live in the 805 or like have something to do with the 805.
Rock with us, roll with us. TCE, come on.
Trying something new with you, baby. Oh, yeah. And I don't want to have no rules with you, baby. No. I ain't trying to flex on you, nah. But I want you to myself, baby, I know. Cause we gon' get it on. Yeah. And some may call me selfish, but you the one I see myself with. So we gon' step out tonight. We gonna get it all night. And we gon' rock when we rockin'. And we ain't gon' stop, ain't no stoppin'. Let's party all night long. I'ma try something new with you, baby. Yeah. And I don't wanna have no rules with you, baby. No. I ain't tryna flex on you, no. But I want you to myself, baby, I know. Yes, we gon' get it on. So come and take a ride with me, baby. Oh, yeah. Drive top of the coast with your lady. No. I just wanna set the scene for you, I know that you ain't never had it like this before. Cause you deserve it all. You deserve it all. And some may call it selfish, but you the one I see myself with. So we gon' step out tonight. We gonna get it all night. And we gon' rock when we rockin'. And we ain't gon' stop, ain't no stopping. Let's party all night long. I'ma try something new with you, baby. Oh yeah. And I don't wanna have no rules with you, baby. No, no. I ain't tryna flex, no. But I want you to myself, baby, I know. Cause we gon' get it on. Break it down. Try something new. What do you have to lose? This feeling is oh so right. Just take that chance on me tonight. With me, you can't go wrong. I'ma try something new with you, baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I don't wanna have no rules with you, baby. No, no, no. I ain't tryna flex, ain't no. But I want you to myself, baby, I know. Yeah. Cause we gon' get it on. We're gonna get it on. I'ma try something new with you, baby. Oh, yeah. And I don't wanna have no rules with you, baby. Don't wanna have no rules. I ain't tryna flex, ain't no. But I want you to myself, baby, I know. Cause we gon' get it on. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, ooh. Try.
This video was directed by familiar strangers.
What up, girl? What up, girl? I see you. I see you. Listen, listen. Come on. You got what I want, girl. You're just my type. You're everything I like. I think I'm in love. Put that body on me. Oh, it feels so right. We could go all night. I think I'm in love. Looking in your eyes, I can see you from across the room. I won't be surprised if you got a man, but I don't assume. This is your moment, have some fun. We on the run. Like the night's the only one. We can do anything we want. I'll get the drinks, you bring the bun. Party until we see the sun. This is your moment, have some fun. We can do anything we want. You got what I want, girl. You're just my type. You're everything I like. I think I'm in love. Put that body on me. Oh, it feels so right. We could go all night. I think I'm in love. Could it be that one who I can give my devotion to? I can hold you down. Stand by your side if you need me to. You got what I want, girl. You're just my type. You're everything I like. I think I'm in love. Put that body on me. Oh, it feels so right. We can go all night.
Baby, two-step to the moonlight, it feel right. It seem like lately you the only thing on my mind, girl. When I'm with you, we fit like a puzzle. Your friends say I'm trouble, like a dog without a muzzle. Yeah, this what love must feel like. I think about you in my dreams, and I need you on my team. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I don't know nothing else, but I know she the one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 2020 plus one more, you dig? Hey, go.
Bring that body to me.
Yeah. I think I'm in love.
You got to the club with the homies and we only got one question, Lou.
Yo, CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast. Thank y'all so much for tuning in on a Saturday. I apologize for yesterday, yo. The update took way longer than I thought it would. But thank you for coming in and hanging it out with me on a Saturday. I really do appreciate that. I will be back on Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Same CTC time, same CTC channel. Pull up. Definitely tap the link in our Instagram bio. Visit our shop. Get yourself some CTC apparel. That is a great way to support the stream, support our channel. Also, Connect Cannabis is a great way to support our stream. And yeah, that's it, y'all. I'm not gonna belay it. I'm out of here. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. All that shit.
I don't wanna feel no more. I've been on pills since we made go. Yeah, I was with Bill and Bo. Zebo said to kill him slow. Yeah, I've been getting way too geeky. I've been way too geeky. Yeah, baby, I can't sleep. Give me your head and help me sleep. Yeah, she wanna hit the beach. I wanna sell them histophenes. Yeah, Philly was moving keys. Now I can move them to the keys. Yeah, she wanna split a bean. I don't do Dutch. We don't split beans. Yeah, why I can't get no walk? A sign from God. I need to stop. Why I ain't got no ops? From just last year I had some ops. Yeah, heard that boy sneak dissing. Heard that he got 7 records. Valley could do rock, but Valley rather move them rocks, yeah. Cause oh, you ain't missing. Cause oh, I was hot, yeah. Boy, be careful talking. I don't say be careful often, yeah.
Let's do it. I don't want to leave you hanging. I just want to say let's do it, yo. I appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
I put money on your head. They take money off it, yeah. Ain't no rest, we gon' hose you down. I had to stock AP to raise my stocks and then went froze to that. We put them on channel 3, we put them on T's, you know what my bros about. I know where the Reaper sleeps and he know me, you know what my bros about. Cause we shoot from deep.
Yeah, quiz. Hey, real quick though, I'm here to let you know, every Thursday at 9 a.m. you can catch reruns of the Real Quick Though podcast on CTC Radio.
Everybody's watching, but nobody's watching out for me, for me, for me.